Hey everybody, it's Douglas George Bloch, March 19th, 2023, one day before the spring equinox on March 20th. I'm here in this really stark background with this lamp. Why? Because I can't use it in my studio. Why? Because I'm on my third week of recovering from a hip replacement surgery. Next week I hope to be back in the regular studio. In the meantime, I apologize for the stark surroundings here, but better late than never. The poor lighting also, all of it. So just didn't have time to get my act together. So I hope you forgive me for having less than a perfect studio. I'm here under duress. I've had really difficulty with insomnia. I'll go into that later. But anyway, I'm glad you're all here. Hello, Jennifer Tiana. Hello, NC. Kevin Wilson. Lola Frenchy Swan. Haven't seen you for a while. Saram Harabi. Hello, Mr. Douglas. Hope all is well. Haven't been in recovery. Hope the recovery is going well, mostly. And remember, you're supposed to say smash the like button. Susan Jones from Virginia. Kind of cut myself while shaving today, so that's what that's about. So tomorrow, March 20th at 2 o'clock p.m. Portland time, Pacific time, we are going to the first day of spring. Hello, Mr. Douglas. Yeah. So, yes, better here than not here. And I'm excited for spring. We had a 62-degree day yesterday in Oregon, and that really lifted my mood. Oh, Jack Henry. Okay, so now I got to figure out how to basically sit because I probably don't want to show you my knee on the YouTube, right? Will it gross people out? Maybe. I won't show it. Not really necessary. Suffice it to say there's a big scar there. How's that? A joke. We need a joke. Yeah, yay for spring, right? Spring has sprung. Let's find a joke. Let's go to live chat jokes. And let's say, a woman walks into a library and asks if they have any books about paranoia. The librarian says, they're right behind you. How's that? My wife told me I had to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down. That's from Chase and Clulo. And finally, if you like jokes about chimneys, I got a stack of them. Okay, 3 bad puns. Now it's your turn. Patrick Coleman, my wonderful 33-year-old nephew. He and I have become stock market investors. We talk about the market every day. We owned a lot of shares of Tesla, sold it for a huge fortune, and then we bought a Tesla each. And I'll tell you, it's a really good car. I got a good pun about dementia, but I forgot it very good. I had a job in a psychic paint, but it was so depressing. I got that. That's also funny. Okay, we got to figure out what to do. I'm really uncomfortable in this chair, and I don't know what to do here. You know what? I may move this whole operation into my office. Maybe I'll just get more pillows here. Just bear with me, everybody. My hip is still really hurting. Okay, I'm really far away from you. This is a shitty camera shot, but at least my hip is not in pain. So here we are again, 3 weeks out of surgery. I had my knee replacement surgery on February 27th, and it has brought a host of good things and bad things. The good things, I can walk on my left foot again without pain. The bad thing is I've had really bad insomnia. It's going on 4 or 5 nights in a row now. And I'm going to ask that all of you hold a vision of me getting a good night's sleep tonight. I think tonight might be the turning point. So let's hold that on the spring equinox. I will be back to regular sleep. All right. Nice to see you, Lazy Eye Ranch. Sorry you weren't well last week. Okay, just to remind ourselves that our goal for each week is 70 people at any one time and $50 for a donation over the next 45 minutes. We made $52 last time, just barely eked over our goal. I'm hoping that somebody can come up with a $10 or $20 bill. I'm doing this live chat under duress. I actually should be sitting in my bed, not here. But that's going to be a real schlep to go ahead and move this. So maybe not. I'm not quite sure. But it is very uncomfortable sitting here right now. You look fine from a distance? Well, that's nice. Hey, Natalia, nice to see you from Germany. Susan Jones says that she's glad that Lazy Eye Ranch is feeling better. Take some melatonin or something. Keep in mind, sleep withdrawal might be good for your mind. No, thank you. Sleep withdrawal has led to all of my depressive episodes, so we don't need that, do we? I'm having a bite of a guard burger. Try back to sleep formula. And what is that, Vernon Scott? What is the back to sleep formula? Is sleep deprivation common after anesthesia? I don't know. $27.99. Glad you made it. I hope you're continuing to heal. Lisa, I cannot tell you. That's Canadian dollars, but basically she's gotten us about halfway to our goal. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your being here, your kindness, and your 2 cats, and as well as your donation. And by the way, how are your cats getting along these days? That video you sent me was really, really funny. And hot off the press, Cyrus Wick, my new tabby, who I got in October of 2022. Where are the albums? This beautiful cat right here. There he is. Can you see that cat? He's now become an outdoor cat on his own. He just started going out and coming back in. Amazing. Amazing how these cats, these instincts are phenomenal. They love each other sweetly. How wonderful. Animals are so healing. They are so healing. They are so necessary for our mental health. It's unbelievable. Anyway, this cat, 2.5 years indoors, living in Virginia, never went out once, comes to live with me and Joan, and simply one day just walks right out the door, doesn't run away, doesn't get lost, comes right back. Incredible instincts. This cat is a really smart cat. Adam Megan, hey Douglas, I'm having an awful day. What steps should I take to start healing from my anxiety disorder? Could a psychiatrist help me? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you have an anxiety disorder, you need to be under the care of a mental health professional, psychologist or psychiatrist, social worker, or any prescriber. If you want to take drugs, you need a psychiatrist or a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. And if you want to see anybody else, a good therapist will do. There's 2 ways to deal with anxiety. One is from the physiological level, from the bottom up, using things like exercise, deep breathing, and medication. The other is from the top down, using cognitive behavioral therapy, changing your negative thinking, and changing whatever catastrophizing or worry you have. I have an amazing video about this that you're going to really like. It's called How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain. And I'm going to put it right in here. How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain. Period. My video about managing anxiety. Period. Right, we have got 31 people here. We've got approximately about $25 of donation. We're looking for another 25 over the last half hour, and we're looking to have 70 people here. Adam Vega says, my general practitioner is useless. They said I would receive counseling in 6 weeks, and it's been 10 weeks. Nothing has happened. Well, you can just go ahead and listen to my video. And, there's so much good stuff on anxiety. I hear there's a woman named Claire Weeks from Australia who's written some good stuff. Claire Weeks on anxiety. So, essentially, you need to be under professional care, but while you're waiting for somebody, there is so much good information out there. I mean, it's not rocket science. And if you email me, I will send you a 27-page slideshow about dealing with anxiety. I don't have all my address stuff is in the front office, but if you email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com, whoever had the anxiety problem, I will send you a 27-page slideshow that I spent like a half a year putting together. So, douglasbloch@gmail.com. Okay, Adam Vega, you get in touch with me. I'll help you out. I promise you. Another bite. Someone said to me, Daniel Ferrati, I wish you a speedy recovery, Douglas. When I feel low, I go back to watching some of your videos and I feel less alone in the night, in the flight. I'm really glad they helped. So, 3 weeks ago, I had my back. I don't want a back surgery. That's for a friend. My knee replacement surgery. I'm now beginning to walk without a walker, and I'm using a cane. I'm seeing an amazing physical therapist on Monday who is just so smart. He's going to help me. So I'm really optimistic that maybe by June, in about 2 more months, I'll be able to be bike riding again for the first time in almost a year. That is something to look forward to. And you know what? We all need something to look forward to, right? What are the 3 keys to happiness? Someone to love, something to do, and something to look forward to. If you got those 3 things, you're not in bad shape. I'll even write them down. Something to do, someone to love, and something to look forward to. Those are 3 keys to happiness. $10 from Jay Bird. Thank you. That is so generous, man. That is incredibly generous. We're now up to $35, which is 70% of our goal, and it's not even half hour gone by. Douglas, do you take generic or name brand for your depression meds? Always generic. I wish for your continued healing. Thank you. The main thing that you guys can pray for me, and I really want you to do it really a lot. I mean, I love doing this live chat. I love you guys. It's like gives me so much meaning and so much pleasure to be doing this, to helping you, to sharing my knowledge and wisdom. Hey, I've been doing mental health recovery since 18. That's 55 years. Can you believe it? No, 56. I'm 74. I have been working on mental health recovery for 56 years. I have 2 degrees in psychology. I've probably read 50 books. I've had 4 breakdowns, 5 recoveries. You name it, I've been there. And I'm taking all of this knowledge and all of this love and all this wisdom, and I'm sharing it with you every Sunday, and I like doing it. However, I will not be good to anybody unless I get a good night's sleep. So there is power in the collective. There is power in the group. If we all hold a vision that I can start sleeping well starting tomorrow, it's not only going to help me, it's going to help all you guys. So what do you have to do? Nothing. Just when you go to bed at night, close your eyes and say, Douglas, he's relaxing, he's falling asleep, and he's staying asleep. The problem is, of course, I have something called I have twitchings in my leg where they cut through the nerves, where they cut through the knees and the knee, and the knee reflex goes like this, and it keeps waking me up, but it's getting better. So don't worry about the details, just worry about the end result. Douglas Bloch is going to have a very good night's sleep on Sunday night, March 19, 2023. He will wake up to spring on Monday and feel like a new man. All right, enough about me. Uh, let's see what you guys have to say. I'm against medicine, depressed for 4 years. You're against all medicine? Solidarity from fellow sufferer in the UK. Yeah. Somatic, look it up. It's not quite therapeutic. It's a skill that you can do with triggers. That's right. That's a good thing. Melatonin for sleep. Thank you, Anne. Thank you for the prayers that I'll have a good night's rest. I heard a different variation of that, says Yokiro-chan. I heard if you can't find someone to love, find something to look forward to. If you can't find that, just find something to do. There's combinations and permutations of many stuff. Did I answer your question, Jaybird? I take generic. Feeling so much better. Why are you embarrassed by how depressed you are, Jennifer? If you had the flu, would you be embarrassed? If you had a stomach ulcer, would you be embarrassed, right? If you had diabetes, would you be embarrassed? There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Depression is a brain disorder, okay? Depression is a brain disorder. Period. There is nothing to be embarrassed about, period. There is nothing to be ashamed about. Period. It is not about a weakness in character. It's not about a character defect. It is simply about wiring that is not working correctly. Period. Okay, I'm having a hard time sending this message. Okay, let's do this. Let's get rid of here. Let's put this back. I'm over the okay. I see what happened. I wrote more. Okay. Now will they send it? There we are. Okay, that took a while. You can't do a message with over 200 characters, evidently. Meditation, says Kelly Burns. Sana, do you still take Ambien to sleep? Not at the moment, but I will take it when I get back. My insomnia gets better. I take lots and lots and lots and lots of Seroquel. And there's Jennifer for $9.99. Thank you so much. Remember, Jennifer, nothing to be embarrassed about. I'm going to ask you one more time, and then I'm never going to ask you again. Do you live in the UK or do you live in the US? One of you guys lives in Overland Park, and one of you guys lives in the UK, because there's two Jennifer, right? Two Jennifers that come here. So that would be helpful. I always like to picture where people are. And also, now that the spring's coming, $5 from Jason Clulo. Look to the stars, there's one shining for you. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I think that means that we are 10 and 5 is 15. And then we had, and 10 is 25. And Robert Jenkins comes through $20, putting us up over the $70 mark. You are fantastic. Here's what Robert has to share with us. I recently overcame a military PTSD moment. Prior to the USS Cole being hit, my ship was supposed to refuel in Yemen, but we did not. But we did out to sea instead. I felt glad that my ship was safe, but guilty about it as well. PTSD can be conquered. So what you're saying, Robert, is that you were supposed to be in Yemen, but you went out to sea, and that saved you from getting that hit. But you came so close that you feel like traumatized by it. Is that what you're saying? I would be traumatized too if I were that close to being hit uh, in a wartime experience. So, anyway, Robert, by the way, has had self-harm OCD thoughts in the past. Had a really bad go of it. He was a regular patron and also attendant of this live chat. And then he finally, after going to the hospital, got the right amount of medication. Now he and his partner are doing much better. I think they bought a house. And it just shows to you that you can recover from depression. You can recover from anxiety. You can recover from depression and anxiety, period. Mental health recovery is real, period. Okay. I'm futzing around with this because my knee is in a tremendous amount of pain. I, I mean, look, this looks like an incredibly crummy background. I don't care. I'm here for you guys. I'm here. This is the best I can do. Once my knee is fully healed, I can go back to a regular studio. So there you have it. We have 51 viewers. That's good. Let's hit 70, shall we? All right. Ancy says, Lazy Ranch, you're a very strong lady. I agree. Kelly Burns says something to your favorite Uncle Hugivers. And what does he say? Ragged Jenkins, so I felt the guilt of being safe and the shame that it happened to someone else. It was a survivor guilt. Exactly. Didn't realize it until about 2 days ago. Right. Survivor guilt is so common. You could have died, but someone else died instead, and so you feel guilty. Absolutely correct. Okay. Lazy Eye Ranch says, I am not familiar with self-loathing, neither am I. I look up what I was able to do 10 years ago, what I can't do, and beat myself up over it. Okay, so she is familiar with self-loathing. Not a good thing. Hey, we're doing the best we can, and that's what it's about. Hey, mate, Avocado Man from the UK. By the way, Robert Jenkins, thank you so much for your testimonial. Thank you so much for sharing your insight about survival guilt, and thank you so much for your $20 donation. Let's chat on the phone sometime. Nevin Kolari says, I'm suffering from depression for long, many years, but don't like to take meds. Can you convince me, please? Well, that's not for me to convince you. You should meet with a psychiatrist or nurse practitioner and talk to them about meds and talk to them about your fears and what you think about it. And the two of you can come to some sort of decision. Maybe you can try a little tiny bit of a med and see how that happens. Avocado Man says, I'm driving David Berselli's TRE for trauma. I'm not quite sure what that is. You can't sit still? Yes, MS. I've been there. It's called akathisia. Natalia says, does anyone feel like I need validation of my trauma even though I know the abuse was real? Yeah, people always need validation for what happened to them. So Nevin, go talk to a prescriber and see what they can do. All right, what are we going to do about this leg here? Not quite sure. How can you stop it when I can't sit still? You need some medication. You need to be seeing a mental health professional. If you have restlessness, That could be anxiety. That could be neurological. You need to be seeing a doctor en masse and find out what is going on, so you can basically get your life back in some respect. So yeah, go reach out for help. Any tips from withdrawal symptoms? Currently tapered from clonazepam. I've been having these weird sensations. Definitely talk to your doctor about it. Robert Jenkins says, if you want to take the meds, you need to be willing to make that step. You're probably afraid of them on how they might change you, and you're scared about it. Just saying from my own experience. Yeah. If you take medication, you start very, very small doses, you're less likely to have an adverse effect. Again, talk to your doctor, talk to your doctor, talk to your doctor. Natalia, I just want to say I appreciate your time, Doug, for just sitting down with us. Yes, I'm in a lot of pain right now, so this is hard for me, but I'm pushing through it. Avocado Man, what are your thoughts on transcendental meditation? TM, it's been around forever. It's a good way to steal the mind. It was ahead of its time. Steal the mind, not steal the mind, right? No, TM is good. So I seen the picture for you from your last pop-up in my feed, the one of you in bed. I literally said out loud to my screen, what in the hell are you doing in bed, Douglas? Curiosity, I'm doing in bed because I'm recovering from knee replacement surgery. And Edward Steiner just took contributed his regular $20. We are definitely over the $50 mark, probably at $70. And Edward Steiner from California, whenever he gives us money, he has a joke. What is today's joke? Do you know why you should never iron a 4-leaf clover? You don't want to press your luck. You know what, Steiner? I have good news and bad news. Good news is that it's a brilliant pun. The bad news is you've used it before. But I don't care. A good pun is worth hearing twice. Has anybody else besides me seen that Edward Steiner's joke has been used before? But it's a really, really good joke. Really good joke. Thank you. And how are you doing in California? There's been a lot of really bad weather down there. Have you been affected? Okay, I'm going to take a picture of this. Make sure I took a picture of that correctly. Yep, good enough. Definitely gonna use that picture. All right, 64 people here. Wow, 6 more and we hit 70. This is Douglas Bloch. This is your live video chat from YouTube. Today's date is March 19th, 2023. I've been doing this since June of 2017. That means we're going up on 6 years. And tomorrow, March 20th, 2023, at 2:01 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is the first day of spring. Are you guys looking forward to spring? In the UK, we say lift, and in the US, you say elevator. I guess we were raised differently. Now, that is absolutely horrendous. My goodness, thank you. Edward Steiner, I have a bad short-term memory. I appreciate the redundancy. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, Edward, am I right? Did you tell the story? Did you tell this joke once before about pressing your luck? I'm pretty damn sure you did, but a lot of people here don't remember, didn't hear it. So it's a good joke is always worth repeating a lot. And by the way, to get more people here so we can hit 70 people, go ahead and smash that like button. Don't have to put out a cent. Just go ahead and hit the thumbs up. We have 65 people, 5 more to hit 70. People will come to this live chat if you can basically hit the like button. Has anyone tried genetic testing to see what medications are right? I think you should try it. Mine was a mixed bag. It's still a work in progress, but if your doctor ordered for you, what have you got to lose? Tom Wolski, garbage joke time. In the UK, 1 in 10 people suffer from depression and have the other 9 people got to be so happy about. Not quite sure what that joke is. Psycho Gemini is dropping to say hello. Hey, can you tell me your real name? I'd love it. You don't have to. Edward Steiner. I don't know if I told that just before. Well, somebody told that joke on that live chat. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go over here to my my joke list. I'm going to do a Command F for find. I'm going to put luck. Here it is, from about 5 months ago. Why should you never iron a 4-leaf clover? You don't want to press your luck. So I had written that joke down from about 5 or 6 months ago. Somebody told that joke, and I'm absolutely 95% sure it was you, but I can't be 100% sure. But you know this, someone had already told that joke on the live chat. Otherwise, I would not have written it down in my live chat joke document. So, but I love it. How many people think that? A show of hands. How many people think that was a great joke? And why do we tell jokes? Why do we laugh? Because it's good for the soul. A merry heart doeth like good medicine, says Proverbs. Laughter is a tremendous thing for depression. It's a tremendous healing balm. It just immediately changes your state of mind, right? Immediately like that. The endorphins go up, you smile, you have a ha-ha moment, and at that moment you're no longer thinking about how miserable life is, how horrible it is, or how you don't want to be here. Melton D. Social workers receive support from the Association for their secondhand trauma they face when they deal with refugees and earthquake victims. I've been losing my focus on my own self-care. Does that mean you're a social worker? My name is George. Okay. Psycho Gemini, tell me your email right now so I can look it up as soon as I get off the phone. That would be really helpful. By the way, Psycho Gemini, my middle name is George. My name is Douglas George Bloch, and I was named after George Washington, the first president of the United States of America. So, still have 64 people, almost 70. My middle name is George. By the way, I don't have it here because it's not in my office, but I have a personal website, https if you go there, you can get a downloadable PDF with 50 self-care activities to improve your mood. Period. Perfect timing for the jokes since we just had St. Patrick's Day. Dear my cat, that's very good. Artsy and Megs on Etsy. I'm trying to have a healthier lifestyle in hopes of improving my mental health. I'm struggling with getting through energy every day. Getting enough energy every day. Well, yeah, we need energy to heal, don't we? So, you know, if you think you might be having some sort of metabolic problem, you can always talk to your doctor. Ellis16, nice to see you. Just joined the live chat. How are you doing, Douglas? Less pain, better knee, but worse insomnia, or the same insomnia. I need to find a way to get a good night's sleep, tonight will be the night. Ketamine Kitty, I'm going through a divorce on top of having severe mental illness. That is so stressful. I'm doing meditation, exercise, and taking meds, having a lot of panic attacks from grief. Yes, look, I did a video called The Number One Cause of Depression is Loss of a Love. So you are in that moment. Hang in there, get counseling, this too shall pass. Where do flying pigs go? Hogwarts, of course. Very funny. I'm going to show you this free chart of self-care activities to improve your mood that you can use, and that you can get on my website, douglasbloch.com, in a minute. I was looking for water, and here it is. Cutting down on sugar and caffeine intake helps with anxiety. That's really true. So, I'm putting up a video today, actually tomorrow, called What You Think About Most of the Time Becomes Your Reality. You know, at any given point in time, we have a choice, right? There's good going on over here, evil over here, right? There's people helping people in troubled areas. There's people over here who are causing problems with war. There's people who are stealing. There's people who are donating. We live in a dualistic universe, right? Black and white, light and dark, good and evil, right? So where are we going to focus on our energy? Are we going to read the newspapers and look at all the horrible things that are happening? Or are we going to look around and see our neighbors being kind to us, or looking at Mercy Corps or Oxfam, two international organizations that help those, you know, in war-torn areas, or help people become self-sufficient? There's always people doing good, and there's always people doing evil. So we have to basically say to ourselves, we don't want to ignore the negativity in the world, but we have to balance it out by realizing that there's a lot of good happening, and to make sure we don't, especially if we're depressed and we tend to think negativity, we don't want to overly focus on the negative, make us worse. Douglas, do you ever set up a meeting with your followers online, like an online panel discussion? It's kind of complicated, and right now I'm recovering from a knee replacement surgery. I'm in a medical healing situation. I've got my hands full, but maybe when I'm feeling better. And Inspector Clouseau says 77. Does that mean there's 77 people here? Let's see. 72 is what I've got. We hit the 70 mark. Good work, boys and girls. Keep hitting that like button. And we could also use another donation, because Edward Steiner was the last person who went ahead and contributed. Drinking beer and using cocaine made me overweight. Are you kidding me? You could do worse than that. You're taking an upper and a downer at the same time. Yeah, you don't want to combine them. That could be a little bit dangerous. Carl Shan, why is it that whenever I feel in a large mental space, I feel empty and numb? And sometimes I force myself to puke to feel something. Any tips to avoid this? Well, if you're feeling empty and numb, that's a common symptom of depression. So you need to find someone, psychiatrist, psychologist, social worker, therapist, to help you treat, manage that. The puking is obviously a way to go ahead and at least feel something, right? That's why people harm themselves or burn themselves with cigarettes or cut themselves. Yeah, so that's a self-harm behavior. So I really suggest, Carl, that you find a good therapist or mental health professional. You can get over this, or you can get over the pattern of vomiting just to feel something. These are not really healthy. No shame, but you're suffering. And if you had like appendicitis, you go see a doctor at the hospital. Well, you have depression and maybe anxiety, I don't know, but you need to see a doctor of the soul, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a mental health therapist, a social worker, all the wonderful people out there who are working in the field of mental health. Okay, so go get some professional help. We still have 73 people. This is really good. All right, it is 52 minutes after the hour. I realized I started late because I got up late because I slept poorly. I think I'm going to have to stop at 1. I know that's not quite an hour, but you know, recovering from this hip replacement surgery and getting my sleep back in line are my two main goals. And I don't know where you all got 77 people here. It's roughly 26 for me. No, it's over 70. Don't worry about it. All right. Any other questions about mental health recovery? Any other tips that people can share with us? Any successes? Here's what Nevin says. Can I heal from depression without medication if I'm depressed for many years? It all depends. Low-grade depression can be usually treated with psychotherapy, exercise, lifestyle habits. If it's more severe, you often need medication, but I am not here to diagnose or treat. That is not my call. The answer is it depends on the situation, and here's the key. Go find, Nevin, a mental health professional, get an evaluation, get a diagnosis, and then you can discuss whether you need meds or not. The answer is yes, I've seen people overcome depression with lifestyle habits. It is possible, but you will never know for yourself unless you see a doctor or a mental health professional first. Meanwhile, here's someone who gave a donation. $5. Thank you, Pablo Vasquez. Nice to hear from you. Love your icon, your emoji. Do you have a question? Because anytime someone donates, they get to ask a question, and they go to the head of the class, right? I focus on them first. So thank you. Feel free to ask any question you want. All right. I'm now going back and see if there's some other questions. So, as I was saying, be careful what you're paying attention to. That will determine your reality. That is the subject of my last video, and I had a Flashback Friday video about CBD oil. I know if any of you use it, but for some people, it can help with pain, and of course, it doesn't have any THC, so it's not psychoactive. Oh, Psycho-Gemini? So tell me right now, put down your email address. So as soon as we're done the live chat, I'm going to find your email. Or you can resend the email to me right now. So there's my email address right there. So go ahead and send me your email, or tell me what it is right now so I know how to look for it. Okay, and what will be the return address, Psycho-Gemini? What will your return address be, period? Zachariah Bedhair, I'm 20 years old. I'm having a hard time relating to people. I work 5 days a week, and when the weekend comes, I sit home. I don't enjoy partying, and I still struggle with meeting new people. Any advice? That is so common for someone your age. My God, you're just a baby, 20 years old. Yes, a lot of people have problems with loneliness and social anxiety and social isolation. What I suggest is you go find a good counselor. I don't know if you're in college or any place, but you can join a club, even if you're not in college. A running club, you can join some sort of social organization, you can take a class. There's a lot of ways you can meet people. And if you're shy, you can overcome that too. But you are so young. If you want to meet people, if you want to relate people, you can find a way. Again, you need to reach out and get some assistance and some coaching, and you'll be just fine. You see, we are not meant to heal by ourselves. you know, you take one stick, you can break it. You put a bunch of sticks together like that, you can't break them. That's how strong they are. That's all about joining together. Two heads are always better than one. The Tag co-sender, Butterball, I wish you a restful sleep, at least a better one, Doug. Sending positive thoughts. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, once my sleep gets back in order, I will be off to the races and doing a lot of really writing, getting a new audiobook out on suicide prevention. And hey, Joni, are you there? No. I think before I go, I want to show you this wonderful handout that you get for free on my website. Lane Barely, nice to see you again. Wow. Good luck and good vibes, Douglas, for you to have an amazing sleep through the night and for it to get better each night. Thank you. It's kind of depressing. It's cloudy and rainy. Yesterday it was sunny and beautiful. Are any people besides me affected by the light? Huh? When the light is low, my mood plummets. I am very sensitive to light. Does anybody believe in curse? Sometimes I feel like some relative, which I suspect, cursed me. In Italian, everybody's got their own opinion. I don't really think you've been cursed. I just think you're suffering and going through a difficult time. But that's just my opinion. Daniel Ferrotti says, one thing I found really helpful is music. It's very healing and helps a lot with my anxiety. I'm a great Pink Floyd fan. Oh yes, remember that song, "The Dark Side of the Moon"? Classic. Right, 1 minute for one. How about one more donation? That would be really good. Try replacing your daily coffee with matcha. Works wonders for the anxiety for me. All right. 432 hertz is a frequency which vibrates with us in a very soothing way. Look it up. And how do we get 432 hertz to play? Yes, and Ricardo and Kelly Burns both say they're very sensitive to light or lack of. So the first thing I'm going to do when we're done is have Joan go ahead and turn on lights at the other part of the living room because it's quite dark in here. Zachariah says, I want to get out and see the world while I'm young. Well, this is the time to do it. Your 20s is the time to do it. You don't have a mortgage or a family. You've got the freedom to do it. Jennifer Tiana, you've got a light box. That's good for you. Again, sorry about your depression. Nothing to be ashamed about. Nothing to be embarrassed about. You're human, just like the rest of us. There are thousands of 432 hertz videos on YouTube. Do I just put that in the search bar? Hey, Mark Nichols, nice to hear from you. Yes, I'm also glad the weather is getting warmer and the days are getting longer. It definitely helps with mood. All right. Okay, well, it's been wonderful with you. Next week, it'll be 4 weeks, 1 month since my knee replacement surgery. I'm really looking forward to walking again, to hiking again, to cycling again, to being mobile again. Movement is life. It's really important that we get to move, so I am very grateful that I can walk. So many people in wheelchairs, so many people like my brother have lost that ability. Having had arthritis in my knee and having been immobilized or limited mobility for a year really made me appreciate the ability to walk and to move. So there's Cyrus Wick. Joan is, should I go ahead and turn the computer so they can see Cyrus Wick or not? Do you mind grabbing, if you go into that, where that black chair is, against the window, you see all these little, charts in there. There's a laminated chart of that circle with the wheels, the spokes on it we used to use during the groups about the self-care activities. You got it? Great, thanks. Are you going to go on the on the bike? That's great. So here's what I was talking about right here. Self-care activities to improve your mood, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social support, lifestyle habits. On the other side, boost your psychological immune system right here. So, if you'd like to get a free copy of this, simply go to douglasbloch.com and you can get a free download. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed the first day of spring. That is tomorrow, March 20th, 2023. It's also the 43rd birthday of my godson Phineas, who's a remarkable, remarkable soul and spirit, who I love very much, who I've known since the day of birth. He's one of the things that gives my life meaning, one of the reasons that life is worth living. Happy birthday, Phineas. Why don't we all wish Phineas a happy 43rd birthday, even though none of you know who he is? By the way, that's not Mozart, that's Bach, but close enough, Curiosity. So, yeah, happy birthday, Phineas. I'm going to put that right there. Happy birthday, Phineas. Period. Happy spring equinox. Period. Okay. Psycho Gemini George, I still don't know what your return address is going to be, so put it down here. When I look at my email, I'll look right now. And I'm going to look for your email right now and see if I can find it, okay? Okay, George Palafo. Okay, here it is. Got it. Palafox, right? All right. Psycho Gemini, aka George, I found your email. You've written and asked me some questions. I am definitely going to get back to you. Maybe not today, but in the next day or two. I have to do my physical therapy exercises right now and have to meet with my nurse practitioner and do some writing. But you are there. Yes. Psycho Gemini. I just found your email and printed it out. I just found your email and I printed it out. I will answer it as soon as I can. Period. Right now, getting my health back into balance is my priority. Period. But you will hear from me. In the meantime, everybody, stay safe, stay well. Happy spring equinox. And remember, my 3 principles of mental health recovery. 1, set the intention to heal. Make a decision you want to get well, even if you don't know how. Number 2, reach out for support. We're meant to heal in community. And number 3, treat your symptoms using a combination of mutually supportive therapies. And that's exactly what this chart is about. Physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual, and healthy lifestyle habits. You put these together and you've got a healing program for maintenance. Remember, depression can't be cured, but it can be managed. And it takes time, it takes practice, it takes work, but it can be done. I love you all. If you want to get a free copy of that chart, go to douglasbloch.com. Have a great week. Stay safe. And hopefully when I see you next week, I'll have good news about the improvement of my sleep. And you can also help me out by visualizing that yourself. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery.